Well, g'day. It's Sunday, and today I thought I'd just do a little video on our first upgrade for the camper trailer. So most of you know that we have bought a camper trailer. One of the first modifications we're going to do to it is change over the hitch. So I bought this hitch from Cruisemaster. Apparently they're the duck's nuts as far as light hitches go. And I just thought I'd do a little video today when I install it. I haven't done this sort of stuff before, but apparently it's a straightforward swap over, just a few bolts, and yeah, it should be all good. I've heard a lot of different stories and seen some pictures of some of these polyblocks going wrong. And after we had the safety pin come out on the first trip we went on, we just thought probably the hitch is the first thing we need to upgrade. So anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, as I said, this just arrived the other day from Cruisemaster. It's a DO35 hitch. Where's my knife gone? So basically watching a few YouTube videos, a couple of different forums and people on Facebook and that recommending to me that these are probably the best hitches you can get. So anyway, we'll just open it up and have a look what's in it. I did get the one with the handbrake attached. So just unboxing it. It's got some instructions, blah blah blah. Oh, it's the unit itself. And there's a hole in the bottom of the bag, so that's not very good. Something's worn through there. But anyway. There it is. It comes with these assortment of bolts, obviously. And then that's what's going on the back of the car. So anyway, that should be a lot better than the Polyblock. Apparently this thing will articulate in such a way. It's got a little clever little snap lock system in here, however that works, like that. And basically it's a pretty fail-safe way of hitching up. Pretty over-engineered for our camper trailer. It's only 800 kilos unloaded. And being a DO35, the 35 stands for 3.5 ton. And from what I know, it should just be a pretty straight swap over. Just might be a little bit of mucking around with this handbrake. But anyway, we'll get going. It's got a couple of little grease nipples here too to grease her up. So I'm pretty sure it comes pre-greased, but I'll double check that in the instructions. If not, I've got a grease gun ready to roll. They also give you this cool little tool. And that I believe is to hold that in place while you tighten this bolt when you hook it up to your back of your vehicle. So that's pretty good. Looks to be pretty good quality. So yeah, we'll get over and get into it. So I picked this up directly from Cruisemaster off their website. They offer free shipping, and I'm pretty sure it was about $459. So yeah, that's pretty good. Righto, so as easy as that. Just 4 bolts straight off. Still in pretty good nick, so might whack that up on Marketplace, see if anyone wants it. Rather than just turf it out, might as well see if you can get 20 bucks out of it, or cardo or whatever. Clean up that little plate there before I put the new one on. Righto. So just putting that in place. And I can already see, I'll go ahead and take that off. And I should be able to, there's enough slack in that. Hopefully I can connect it up, so I'll go ahead and take that handbrake off now. I think it's going to work out just fine. No real modifications, just a bit of adjustment. Time to bolt the new one in place. Alright, and there's a problem. So the handbrake lever might be okay, but if I pull it right back, it starts to jam up on the back plate. So you're going to have to notch a part out just in there, just so this arm, as you actuate the handbrake, it can slide in underneath there. So that's a bit of a bummer, it's not straightforward. Just a quick shout out to my angle grinder. It's about 16, 17 years old. Had it since I was a prenny. The old Ryobi, still going good. It's always important if you cut some like steel, just to give it a bit of paint, just to try to help prevent any sort of rusting. I don't have any silver or gal to match the finish on it, but she'll be right. All right, fitting round 2. Now, I wouldn't mind reusing this handle, although I don't think it's going to happen. Bit disappointing, but it was actually pretty handy having a little handle there. So that's one thing with this that's probably a bit, I could probably cut actually. It might be a bit dodgy too though. Unfortunately, I'm going to scratch this. It's just a bit too dodgy, bolted on there. If I chop it, then there's not too much holding it on. So yeah, I'll try to find an alternative. But it was just really good because when we wanted to level it out, like the front of this trailer is so light, it's only got like a 90 kilo ball weight. So I was actually grabbing that handle and lifting it up so we could sort of chop this front up a bit. But anyway, I should be able to just still grab onto that and get the job done, so I'll leave it off. Alright, these got little lock nuts on it, nylon lock nuts, but I'm just going to put some Loctite on it anyway, just to make sure it's nice and solid before nipping it up. Just nip them up, make sure they're nice and tight. Righto, well this handbrake part might have stumped me. See, I got about 100 mil I need to get it into that bottom hole there. So there's not really the adjustment. I've probably only got about 25 mil. Righto, so had to go to Bunnings in the end. I actually tried to steal one of these little eyelet things off the shade cloth over the pool, but they were all rusty, and as soon as I tried to turn some of the spare ones, they just simply snapped. So that should give me the distance I need just to make up that slack, and then I should be able to tighten it. So I'll go ahead and try that one. Otherwise I've got this other version of it, which looks a bit more fancy. But yeah, it's just got this pin that goes in and out, so might end up using that. Both stainless steel, so they both shouldn't rust. Claims it's 316, but so yeah, that's pretty right. Nice and tight, and yeah, brakes are fully on. So it's about $7-8 from Bunnings, just one of these little turnbuckle eyelet things. And yeah, as I said, stainless steel, so she hopefully won't rust. But anyway, I'll just go and nip all that back up and make sure she's all good, and that's it. And get to fitting the hitch to the back of the tongue that goes into the tow bar, and then might hitch her up and see how she goes. And this is the old coupling for the on the tongue that goes into the back of the Luxie, and so I just got to unbolt that and put this one on it. So yeah, rather than put in the vice grip, which I do have one, big vice, but it's not bolted down, so I just thought it's got this little sleeve in the back of the camper trailer, so I'll just throw it in there. The Luxie's in the garage, so I can't bother getting it out, but just get in there and that should give me enough leverage to get this bloody bolt out. Oh, moving the whole bloody camper trailer. Oh, cracked it. Jeepers. So now I'll fit the Cruisemaster one. So I'm pretty sure this states that it has to go up this way down, yeah, so it has to go in like that. It's got a big spring washer on it, but just in the spirit of things staying on, I'll use some more Loctite on this as well. And this is, once you get it to a certain point, you're going to need that little tool they gave you. So I'll just go get that. Righto, so it's got this little locating pin on the side for this little groove to step into. And then yeah, tighten away. Might move it around to there, so... Oh, it's not going to stay on there. That'll be right. So once again, it does have a specification in the manual to tighten it to whatever foot-pound. I was just at Bunnings and didn't think to grab a torque wrench, but tight's tight to me. That washer's pretty flat. And there we go, that's all it is in comparison. You don't have this big chunky hitch. That's all it is. Nice and neat. The new thing drops straight on. So even though I just said I couldn't be bothered getting the Hilux out, I might go get her out and just back it up and slot it in and see how she goes. So yeah, first time hitching up, I've got the little split pin pushed back. Drops over the top. Wind it down. That pin will come up through there. Like so. And she snaps on, press that little button. That's brilliant, so that's not going to go anywhere. And then this little cap, all the weight's on it now. This little cap goes over the top. Beautiful. Should prevent any sort of rollovers, but more so it's a pretty fail-safe way of hitching up. There's no pins or nothing that can come out. You know, as long as you do that and hitch it back, then you can unhitch. Then you click that button to snap lock it, and that's just not going to come out anywhere. That's got a nice snug fit around that little pin. And as I said, this little dust cap or safety cap, or whatever you want to call it, just slips over the top, and you're good to go. So yeah, regarded as probably the best line of hitches on the market. And yeah, so first modification to the camper trailer, and I'd say it's a pretty important one. Don't want that happening again where the safety pin goes out, because I don't, as I said in the video, I don't know how it wasn't more catastrophic, but anyway. So yeah, slowly deck it out. We're going to upgrade the tent. Don't know when that'll be. That'll be pretty soon though. But before that, we're going to sheet off this cage bit, try to make it a little bit more dust proof. Possibly upgrade the suspension in it, because it does tend to jolt the car. Just, you know, when it's hot. I don't really notice it too much off-road, but particularly on the highway and whatever, and just normal roads, and there's a little bump, sort of goes bang, and the camper trailer does whatever it does, and it sort of jolts the car forward and backwards, and yeah, it doesn't feel very good. Just makes the old Hilux doesn't have the best ride anyway. She's not too bad, to be quite honest, but yeah, just when there's a bit bumpy, this thing tends to make it a little bit worse. So anyway, I might wrap the video up there. As I said, DO35 retails about $460 with the handbrake, $420 without the handbrake, and yeah, first modification to the new camper trailer. So yeah, a few people have asked me to do a few videos on kind of product reviews or whatever, like sort of the gear we use, and just basically give my honest opinion about it. So I'll start doing a few of those as well. But anyway, we'll leave it there, and catch us in the next video. Cheers.